Okay, so now just give me a rundown. How much about Hololive, Ninja Sun, all this shit? How much do you know of current events?
Um, I haven't watched VTubers in months, aside from like last week where I pulled up a Mumei stream while I was about to go to bed. It felt very nostalgic.
Okay. Welcome to Holopilled, the only show that claims to be hip and relevant while simultaneously disappearing for months on end. I am Kuru Benzu.
And I am Roswell Equinox, and we are coming you to here. We are coming here today to tell you that we are not dead.
Oh yeah. Well, we're about to be because we're coming to you live from the Hindenburg airship. As you know, this was peak air travel in the 1930s. It was actually peak German engineering because it was one of the best vessels created during the Hitler era. And so what happened was the Hindenburg went on a trip. As you all know, it burned down. But luckily for us, that's not going to happen this time. You know what I'm
Not this
saying?
time. It's
As
like
long,
Titanic 2.
yeah, as
The
long
Hindenburg
as
2.
there's not any being who would sabotage the vessel just for their amusement. You
Who
know.
would ever do that?
Speaking of that, so you know Mumei. You know how we were
I
making
know.
that.
Oh, I know Mume.
Yeah, you know how we were making that joke about how like all the woes about human civilization that's happened over the
Yeah,
course of the
yeah.
millennia.
She's responsible for every negative thing in human history.
Yeah, um,
Yeah.
yeah, she confirmed it.
Oh,
Yeah, like she just said, yeah,
we were right.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
What do you mean? How do you know this?
So pretty much, she made
I'm
this.
not caught.
She recorded a cover of this song called like Dawn Dawn Dan Dan whatever. I don't listen to it.
I've been seeing this in my recommended. I should have listened to it.
Yeah, so pretty much she's just singing a song, but the person who animated it, he took up the liberty of, or he or she, but I don't care. They took the liberty of animating a bunch of historical events in the context of like Hololive lore, and so pretty much you have the Black Plague, you have the Titanic, you have these major tragedies of human civilization, and it just shows Mumei's responsible for it.
Ah.
Yeah, now I'll tell you, this happened. What you're seeing in your recommended is the re-upload,
Uh huh.
because what happened was a few months ago they released the song initially, but within it they had they had the Hindenburg.
The
They had the
Hindenburg.
Hindenburg crashing.
Uh huh.
They had the Challenger. You know the Challenger?
I do not. That doesn't
Oh,
sound.
well, oh baby. Everybody knows the Challenger. The Challenger was a rocket ship designed by NASA to
Oh,
be.
okay, okay, okay.
Oh yeah.
Now I remember. Okay.
Oh baby. that single that single ceramic tile that caused the whole thing to
Uh
go
huh.
into flames was Mumei.
It was Mumei. She could have fixed it.
No, she's the one who broke it.
Oh, she's directly responsible.
Yeah, like in the video they show her literally releasing a rat into Europe and
Oh
it
my
causing the Black Plague.
god. I need to see this. Hold on. I'm gonna look this up
Now,
while we're recording this.
the
Hold
version
on.
you're about to watch is the softened version. Now, there's still some stuff in there, but it's the softened version. It doesn't have the Hindenburg because it was so
Oh,
controversial that they had to take it down. Like management had to take it down, not Mumei.
yeah.
And Mumei washed her hands. She was like, "I didn't know what was on that video. I just uploaded it because, you know, I trusted the animator." And the animator was like, "Yeah, I did that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that shit." Word.
Oh, you're telling. Wait. So you're telling me that Hakos Bales was the rat that started the Black Plague?
Yep.
God, it wasn't just Mumei. It was the entirety of Hololive. It's wholesome. It's pretty wholesome until you look and realize what's really under it all.
So you understand that the original one had the Hindenburg, had the Challenger, but as you know, they didn't explicitly say this is the Hindenburg. They just made a blimp with KFP on it. But here's the thing: everybody knows that picture of the Hindenburg.
Everybody knows the Hindenburg.
Everybody knows that picture. You know exactly. Everybody knows the picture of a blimp
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
running into a tower, being set ablaze. And
yeah.
let me tell you, he used that exact that exact angle. He
He knew
used that.
exactly what he was
They knew
doing.
exactly what they were doing. The Challenger exploding was a national tragedy, and whoever the animator is,
Uh-huh.
They went in. You know what I mean? Now, like I said, management had to take that shit down. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, holy shit. We did not. We do not condone this. Like, oh my god, we understand a lot of people might.
Did they not check it before they uploaded?
No,
Uh,
Mumei straight up said, I did not check this shit. I just said tight and just uploaded it.
more you know.
She said that she had like a deadline to upload that, and so like Kanaru, the animator, sent it in last minute, there's like 30 minutes before. So she was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna upload it." Besides, I mean, like the dudes, the guy or girl, whatever, has has animated plenty of shit for a lot of people. So it's like, yeah, they were credible. You know what I mean? But the one time, the one time they don't check is when he pops off. Is when they pop off. So a lot of people. Some people, I suppose, truly felt, like, oh god, Mumei and her people went too far. Personally, I don't think they went far enough. You know, I think if you're gonna do it, do it. You know what I mean? Like, go in,
You gotta commit.
go in. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking 9/11, 9/11.
We're not talking about domestic tragedies. We're talking about massive national tragedies.
I'm talking the intercontinental slave trade. I'm talking.
They were responsible for those. I guarantee you.
I'm talking. I'm talking all the massacres that happened in China, all of them. Cause I
Just
mean,
freaking looking at her face right now.
oh yeah. So I mean, they opened up a door. You know what I mean? They opened up a door that they shouldn't have. Because essentially they're just showing that, like, okay, yeah, yeah, Mumei's responsible for all that. Take that
Uh-huh.
as you will. I mean, I'm glad. Hey, cool. Cool. I love her. I love what the fuck. I love Mumei now. You know what I'm saying? Great.
I love movie.
Like I'm glad she came out and said it, and she didn't just like, oh no, I'm not the sim. And then the weird thing is that she actually like used to be a vegetarian. You know what I'm saying? Okay,
Uh-huh.
so that's where we draw the line. Like, Titanic, Fall of Rome, Black Plague. Oh, but eating
Eating
red
meat,
meat, no sir,
do that.
absolutely not. Whatever, whatever. But
Movie has her priorities, and
at least she came out and said it. In this world, you have winners and you have losers. You know what I mean?
uh-huh.
And the winners are the people who are willing to go far.
I'm saying you gotta commit. If you're gonna do something, you better do it right. You better do it all the way.
Like, it's like I said, it's like whenever I think about people like Joseph Stalin, Hitler, Fidel Castro, all these like horrible human beings,
Yeah.
I always say I don't agree with them.
But
I respect the grind.
respect the grind.
I respect the grind. Okay, that's a whole different thing. That's like, yo, you were so determined to do something, and you did it. Like, damn, damn. You know, if I could just have an ounce of that determination, I do not agree with them at all, kind of,
Use it for good, of
but
course. But
I respect the grind. You know, it's kind of interesting because Kanaru, the guy who animates most of this stuff, I don't even know if they're a guy or girl. I'm gonna be real with you. Their avatar is a girl, but let me tell you, my avatar is also a girl. That doesn't mean anything.
yeah, so is mine. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't mean anything. So Kanaru, uh, they animate all this stuff for them. And they're a great animator, consistent, quality's always there. They're really killing it. They make a lot of videos of dancing. Make a lot of videos of
Mm.
them, of him like choreographing the VTubers because he animates them. So he
Oh
can
yeah.
animate them doing choreography that they come up with, and they're killing it. They
Mhm.
are killing it. Like, I watch it and I shed tears knowing this is what could have been. You know what I mean?
Like
Because
if they actually performed, they could have looked like this.
yeah, like if like that's the thing is like that. I'm gonna be real with you, like dead ass. Like that's just what it is. It's like there's a difference between performing and singing your songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because singing your songs is like, oh, it's just a karaoke night. You know what I mean? You just got a mic, you're just singing it. But the performance, it's an event,
Oh, it's attention.
it's an experience. You know, like those Miku concerts with the lights, the angles, the band, the atmosphere. It's an experience. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah,
like that's the reason you go to concerts. That's the reason you go to stuff like that. Like if it was just the same thing as listening to it on Spotify, why would I pay like $100 for a ticket and go out of my way to like go to some other freaking city that's several hours away? It's not because of, like just to listen to the music.
yeah.
It's the experience of the concert.
And
I feel like our entire existence exists purely to talk about how disappointing the freaking Hollow concert is.
yeah, that's
We
why
keep going back to this.
I look. I'm actually bringing it up because there has been improvements. There has been improvements.
Heather, I'm not caught up.
Well,
Have you seen improvements? Oh wait,
that's
yeah, you said something about Laplace a
yeah,
while
yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah. A while back, I sent you that Laplace performance where I guess they told her, "Hey, you do what you want" or something. Like I don't know if she had to ask or something. Like who do you have to ask? Like, oh, can I dance or something? Do they do a vetting process where they're like, okay, show us what you can do, and we'll say yes or no? I don't
Yeah.
know, because I guess she was the only one that was confident enough to like go in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Now, of course, she didn't go in. Like she did great. She did great. I mean, better than me. But, um,
definitely better than me. I can't dance.
oh yeah, I can get jiggy, but I don't know about performance. Not yet. You know. But
Progress is progress.
and then you have Hoshimashi Suse. She was doing her little concert performance, and they were actually able to superimpose a couple of like four models behind her that would move in like a type of choreography. It wasn't like groovy or anything. They were like posing at different measures, at different beats of the songs, so it helped enhance the performance.
It was like she had backup dancers.
Hmm. And yeah, it was like backup dancers essentially. I mean, they weren't really dancing, but they did help. They did help a lot the visual aspect of the performance. Then you have Mori Calliope with her newest album, major release coming from the record company. She's been doing a lot of concerts on YouTube, and I mean, I think she's doing better. It's interesting because I don't know if I ever mentioned this before. I'm pretty sure I did, but like there's the whole concept of the hype man. You know,
I don't know if you've mentioned this before.
Okay, so anyway, in hip hop, you have what's called a hype man. Okay, so you have the main guy, the main singer, Kanye, Eminem, Lil
Uh-huh.
Durk. It doesn't matter who. Playboy Cardi. Playboy Cardi's his own hype man. I'll keep it real with you. But like the thing is, you have these rappers and they perform, but you have what's called a hype man who generally, technically speaking, what his job is to engage with the crowd, hype up the performance, and oftentimes the rapper, the performer, does get out of breath. So whenever the performer puts down his mic, and remember they rehearse this a lot, whenever the performer puts down the mic, the hype man finishes the line. You know,
Oh, okay,
this
okay,
is
okay.
is just so the performer can catch his breath. But I mean, ultimately speaking, the hype man is just as the name suggests, the man who brings the hype. Okay.
Very important.
Yeah, you have no idea. You have no idea how crucial it almost is. Yeah, it's very hard as an individual to control a crowd. That's why I'm not gonna say. I might have said it before, but once again, I'll restate. I'm not saying any of these performers, any of these idols suck. Because look, to command the stage is hard. It's hard. Okay. However, I'm not gonna pretend like there aren't so many things you can do to improve your stage presence, to improve the engagement with the audience. Some people, some people like background dancers. Some people like Madonna. Yeah, she's Madonna, but she also has like a bunch of background dancers dancing the same routine with her. So it gives this idea of like collectivism, this idea of like synchronicity. Like, wow, this is something bigger than just one person moving their arms. This is a bunch of people following at the same time. It's a new engaging thing. Hatsune Miku in her concert, she could easily just be a hologram doing stuff. However, clearly the people who organize the event understand a little bit of performance philosophy in the sense that they understand that by having a band there, by having other performers on stage with her, even engaging with her, it
Yeah, I
it,
love the. That's
it,
the best part.
it increases the experience because the thing about the Beatles that made them so good was that they were not good performers. You know what I mean? They were great, trust me, but like George Martin, the guy who signed them, the guy who produced them, he said, I didn't hire them because I thought they were amazing performers. I just thought they were funny and they looked like they were having fun together.
Oh, that's cool.
And that translated to the stage. When the Beatles got on stage, they were performing to themselves pretty much. They were smiling at each other, laughing at each other. It
Yeah,
made you
having a
feel
good
good.
time.
Yeah, that's I think that's part of that whole what's it called parasocial relationship. But we already discussed that. I'm not gonna bring it up again.
Oh, yeah, that's a dead horse at this point.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things you can do. Like if you're a solo artist, get a band with you, or if you're a dancer, get background dancers. If you're It's a lot of things you can do. If you're a rapper, get a hype man.
Yeah,
Get a good friend who is the life of the party, to be out and just jumping around. Like literally just watching your friend have fun to you rapping is enough to get you hype.
yeah.
And and the reason I bring this up is because in one of Mori Calliope's performances, Suse came out.
Uh,
Suse came out to sing one of their duets, and there's a rap section. And in the rap section, Mori, did her thing, but Suse actually was going, yeah, you know what I mean? Like she wasn't going, yeah,
yeah,
like she was doing her thing. She would finish lines, and she would go like,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, like while it's kind of cringy because it's infantile. They're new to
yeah.
this.
But she's still being the hype man.
I'm already having a good time.
So good. Yeah. Like something
Congratulations.
can be cringy and enjoyable.
Yeah, that's
So
once again. It's not like she was horrible. It was just like, hey, this is different. Um, I don't know if they rehearsed it. I'm pretty sure she just felt it. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and you know what? Good for you, Suse. You read my
cool.
mind. So simple things like that I really would love to see. Like, I would just love to see if Maury could just get somebody to be her hype man. Somebody.
I'm sure they can do. I'm sure Kiara could do it.
Oh yeah, just somebody who has like energy. You know, I'm talking Black Air Force energy. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking like they're gonna beat the crowd's ass if they don't participate. I'm talking that kind of energy,
Oh, I see. I see.
because that works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Uh, yeah. But like, or Maury could do the inverse. She could be like Playboy Cardi, who's his own hype man. Like, homie, all beat comes on, he just hear him go, yeah, yeah. Like he gets himself hype, and you know what? You don't know what he's saying, but it go hard. It goes hard. You don't know what the hell he's saying,
I'm
but
sorry. This entire time, I after I looked at that video, I realized the Mumei is live currently.
oh yeah, I was watching her a bit before the recording.
Yeah, I've had this going the entire time, and I just realized that she's holding me at gunpoint.
Classic movie.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
It's great. Uh, in terms of Hollow Stars EN, Mumei and
Oh, are they a
Fauna.
thing?
Huh?
Are they? Oh yeah, they did debut.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
haven't heard anything about
yeah. That's kind of the thing.
them.
You know, they did some good marketing. No, they did hardly did any marketing at all, to be honest. But
Hey,
they did do good in the sense that there's this guy called Magnus, and
mhm,
Magnus tweeted something like, "Oh, I just woke up from a nap," and Yagu, the guy who owns the whole damn thing,
mhm.
retweeted it and responded saying, "I'm magging right now."
What?
Yeah,
That mean?
yeah. Nobody knows the fuck that meant. But hey, it became his brand.
It's Yago. It's okay.
It became his brand because now everybody says, "Oh, it's magging time."
It's Maggie.
Yeah, yeah. So good for him. Good
That's
for
funny.
him.
Hold on, I need to look up all the stars he did.
I don't even know how many subscribers they have. I'm out of the loop. We've been gone for months.
Let's see. Wait, where's the? Dang, I haven't even. None of these look familiar. Like I haven't seen any clips of them in my recommended. I haven't. Oh my gosh,
I mean,
this is tragic.
supposedly they're doing great.
Hopefully,
But
wait. Okay. Well, they got. Okay, hang on. They've got all over 100,000 subscribers.
yeah, so
It's not. That's not bad.
they're not doing bad. However, I'm not gonna pretend like they're as influential as the girls. I'm not gonna pretend that, you know.
Hmm. Who?
But you know, yeah. So other than that little Yagu moment, the marketing hasn't been that hard. I mean, you know, ultimately the goal in life is to have crossover value. You know, which the girls have plenty. That's something I don't understand. Why? Actually, I do kind of understand why, but I don't really want to get into that. Um, it's it's very interesting because Hollow Stars EN they've been going strong. They're not failing, which is great. Um, I do want to know like I said, it's all about crossover value, and the thing about most of these the girls was they had a niche they could really go into, you know.
Hmm.
And so I wonder what are the dudes' niches? Like, what are they gonna do? Like, what when they get their moment in the spotlight, when they get their moment on stage at Hollow Fest, if they get one, um, what are they gonna do?
Like
It's like
a,
this is your 2 minutes, 2 minutes with the world watching. What are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Because that's what matters at that point.
I hope they do
I hope they do well. If they don't do well, we have a less of a chance of being in there. You know,
well. Oh yeah.
if they don't do well.
I mean, hey, there's more people in Nijisanji. I got a chance.
I don't even know what
I'll
Nijisanji do.
start having a chance soon.
So,
It's like half a year after I decided to do this, and I've finally acquired the capability to do so.
hey, that's the grind. That's called being on the grind. Dead ass. That's what, hey. 6 years, 6 years, Roswell. 6 years, and I
6 years.
now barely have a chance at being in it. Not even anything. Just the fact that I started. You know, 6 years.
Uh,
Because I'm not even gonna mention too many details because I don't want to. But you know, my group, my band, 6 years, and we finally have some
it
kind
was
of
all
product.
building up to this.
And I'm gonna write. You have no idea how hard I'm about to market this group, just so I could get enough to be considered.
We'll do it.
I'm gonna go on record and say my true like goal is to bring in a harder performance centered thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
yeah, the baby steps are getting into the damn thing first and foremost.
Yeah.
But I want to long term. I want to have a spot. I want to force them to give me a spot. You know, in Hollow Fest. Like I want to prove myself.
They would have no choice but to put you on that stage.
Exactly. Like
Look
no
at you go
choice.
off.
Ah, oh, jeez. Cause you for 6 months you've been working on your model. You've been working on your content. You've been working on all of it. You know. So for me, for 6 months, I was also working on my content for the group, but I've also been working on my physicality. You know, like I told you, I run a lot of cardio now because I
Yeah.
really want to have the stamina to be able to get down like James Brown.
I have also been working on my physicality, but not specifically for my career, just for the sake of it.
You have winners and you have losers. Okay, and the winners are the ones that are willing to go beyond. Like people are gonna ask me like, "Oh, why did you start exercising more?" Like, you know,
It's complicated.
I just want to be healthier. You know, I just really
Yeah,
wanted
yeah, yeah.
to have a better, healthier lifestyle. I
I'm gonna
want
be
to
able to
be,
dance like James Brown so that I can sign on with a VTuber company and perform
yeah,
live.
yeah. It sounds stupid, but it's cool. I think
It's
it's a
okay.
fun story. You know, and plus, it's not
Sounds
like I lose any. That's the
sounds like
cool
a
thing.
good time.
That's the cool thing about all this is that it's not like we lose anything doing this.
Yeah, I'm at least having a good time. Even if I never get into Niji Sanji, I think it'd be enjoyable to like have a streaming VTuber thing.
I mean, the
I don't
skills,
know if there's anything.
the skills you've acquired in order to get to this point where you are, nobody's gonna be able to take that away from you. And that's the best part. It's not for nothing. So you know, because like I had to market this band
uh,
hard. by myself because God knows He's not gonna help me. You know.
for socializing, unless it's some random open mic night at some place that you've never been to, full of country people.
I already done like a handful. They're not that great. I'll be real. But just like that grind, you gotta have that passion, that grit. You have to have bring something new to the table. Therefore, like I said before, it's not enough. It is not enough anymore to be a VTuber who's like, oh, I'm great at playing games and I'm great at talking. I'm great at X. It's not enough anymore.
Uh-huh.
You have to be a good orator, a good debater, a good performer, a good personality, a good marketer, a good all of it, just to get in, just to get a chance.
That's it.
And let me say, I'm not even saying that you need to use these skills once you're in. Actually, once you're in, you're in. You know what I mean? Crony, Mumei, Fauna, they're not. All of them aren't exactly like big shot marketers, big shot corporate types. They're none of that. They're actually quite relaxed. They're actually a little too lax. A lot of people say that their whole existence was supposed to finally allow Hollow Myth to relax a bit, but no, they're not doing that at all. Actually, if anything, Hollow Myth's gone harder since they debuted.
That's fine.
Probably trying to fight for their relevance. I don't know, but it's like once you get once you get your foot through the door, it's like nobody can stop you. It's not like they're gonna fire you automatically just because God forbid you're not revolutionizing the medium, but
yeah, I think it's fine.
but just to even get them to look at you, so
I have something fun for you.
uh, if so, like your model, what is it again?
Cat.
It's a cat.
I still need to work on it. It's not like finished, but I could probably like work on it on stream for a test stream or something.
That would be nice. That would help.
I want to get a video out that actually like an actual video, not a stream, because it'd be good to have some kind of introduction.
Well, yeah, when you make a channel, you need to have a channel trailer, so you could just make your channel trailer.
Oh yeah, that too.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have so much fun. You're gonna have so much fun. You're gonna get addicted to it for a while.
Good. I need something to do.
Oh yeah, I need a job. I don't get real. I need a job, and honestly, it's either Hololive or die. I'm gonna be like dead ass. It's Hololive or die.
It's Hololive or die.
I need a job.
Up the stakes now. I don't know if it's happening that soon.
Oh, it's not. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna have to hyper accelerate this shit. It's the only way. We have enough. We have enough as is anyway. We have enough to call our own. So it'll be kind of cool. Maybe you end up not even needing to be part of an agency at the end of the day. What if you actually do really well on your own?
Oh, yeah. It's unlikely. I mean, that's the thing that you do like for fun.
Yeah.
Like, even if the true end game never happens, at least you're having a good time being an independent, just being a regular YouTube.
I mean, if anything, that's the intention. Most people do it because that's what they want to do, and they just happen to hop
Yeah.
in with an agency. All I know is I write a lot of songs, which I'm never gonna upload on this channel. But I write a lot of songs, and I often question, like, let's say I do get my foot through the door, and I start, like, I would market myself as a songwriter. I would market myself like, hey, I can write my own shit, I can produce my own shit, all of it. So most likely they'd be like, I do it. Sometimes I do fear a bit, like, oh, what if I write something like really good? You know what I mean? Like really fucking good. Like, would I pocket that shit for myself? Like, I'm gonna record this with the group, or would I try?
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh,
I didn't think about that.
would I write it for the persona, the company?
Yeah. Do you write it as yourself or as yourself?
Yeah, which ultimately I could get
Which
into.
is real.
I can get into the technicalities of songwriting where it's like actually none of it's real, to be honest.
Ah,
Like it's all vague, which is good, but because it's all about being able to project yourself into these songs. That's the whole point, you know.
yeah.
But still, it's like, let's say like my whole point is like I want to write something really good. I want to write something really good that just knocks the socks off of everybody to the point where it's like, hey, VTubing as a songwriting medium can be more than just electronic noise. It can be
Mhm.
something that moves people. It's just music, but it's a VTuber singing it. You know what I mean? It's just good music.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Like that should be the only uh difference
Yeah.
between regular music.
This hyper pop shit. But like let's say like I write something really hard, like so this was really hard. Do I pocket that shit for my group, or am I gonna like give the rights? Because yeah, it's a legal issue too. Because like
Hmm.
people like Mori Calliope, all her songs are owned by Covercore, rightfully
Yeah.
so because she signed under them. Her whole identity belongs to that company. Once she's out, she's out. If she ever goes out, all those songs are gonna be owned by that company, the rights, the licensing, the production, all of it, and you know that it helps because you have people like Ina, for example, which I don't know her background, but I'm pretty sure Ina does not write her own songs. You know what I mean? Like, why would she?
Probably not.
But if like because she doesn't, they can hire these songwriters to come in, poop out some lyrics, and then boom, song.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like because I feel like I feel like there's just a bunch of hacks. You know what I mean? That's what I don't like. So my thing is like I want to be there, and I want to be like, no, motherfucker, no, move.
Yeah. Like
The only
there
thing
for
I
the whole
need you,
process,
it's like the only thing I need you for is to hand me a pen.
so you can write it down.
you know,
Yeah.
but like at that point, it also gets weird where it's like you pour your heart and soul to these songs and you don't even own it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if anything, like I don't want to be a dick because this is really controversial, but in a way, I would be saying Cover Corp's pretty much just being the record label themselves. They're being the record label, but record labels only handled your music and your rights. But now it's like the rights to all of your content, all of your
Mhm.
person, everything. I mean, you saw what happened
Yeah.
to Rusia. She does not exist anymore because they own every bit of the rights to her, so she doesn't exist anymore. You know,
Yes.
if they say you're done, you're done.
You're done.
And that's the fucked
Like
up
your
part. Like that
existence.
does get into a weird gray area for me where it's like, I
Yeah.
understand they're a private company. This personality is a product, a product that they must market, they must manage. So, if they believe, if they want to discontinue a product, they have every single right to do so. But is the thing, is it right to do so,
Hmm.
I mean, but I think that's just the growing ethical concerns with the industry in of itself, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is just problems that come because the industry is like, what, 6 years old?
Is it?
I mean, I know Hololive is like 6 years old, but like the
Oh yeah.
industry itself, I mean, there wasn't anything before Hololive. Like there was, but there was. You know what I mean? Just that one girl with the pink bow.
Sora.
The other one,
Wait. Oh, Keys in the Eye.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember her. I remember watching her when I was a kid. It's so strange looking at her videos after I had gotten into VTubers around the time of around the time they started getting really popular.
The moon.
So strange. She's like a relic of the past. She's completely different from all the other ones. Also, the fact that she's like five different people.
Yeah, like the OG quit. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah, she's
OG,
gone.
and not even in a bad way. She didn't quit like, oh, I'm done. Like it's more like she retired. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So someone else took the personality.
Yeah. So now it's
Which
just
again goes back to the thing you were talking about of like the company owning the personality, but it's the other side. Instead of them saying that you're the personality, you are just gone. They say someone else is in your place.
Yeah, which of course I suppose Hololive Cover Core did right by not doing that with Rusha, because why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah,
But still, it's like
people like
all
that.
that content just gone. Like at least I don't even know personally. Like from my own business perspective, I don't see why get rid of all of it. Like personally, I say, hey, that shit makes a bit of ad revenue on the side. While it might be a little unethical for me to be taking all the ad revenue from it, um, and not giving it to the personality who actually produced that content, fuck you. You know, I'll just keep it here, and I'll rake in some cash. Fuck it. Oh, but they took it away. So.
I feel like they should just like leave it up and demonetize it, so like people can go up there, but they don't have to deal with the like ethical issues of whether or not they should monetize or whether or not they should give the money to that person even though they're not in the company. Like that way, there's just no money coming from them anymore.
Because I
But
mean,
people are still free to watch the old streams.
Because I mean, ultimately, when you have a breach of contract and you terminate the contract, ultimately any agreement you may have created no longer exists. So legally, they're in every right to take the money.
Yeah,
Morally speaking, personally, I think it's fine still. But I mean, most people will probably say, "Oh
there'd
no."
be a lot of backlash. People wouldn't like that. And Hololive doesn't like bad PR.
Well, they need to make Mori Calliope stop using Twitter if they don't want bad PR. You know what I'm saying? Because that's shittily where everything comes from. She got what she wanted. She got her major label release. Well, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Ah, jeez. I mean, I don't even know. Hollow Stars EN. They've been collaborating with the girls. They've collaborated with the main ones. The most popular ones like Bales and Crony, Calliope. I think Gura too. You know,
That's good.
some people have not collaborated with them at all, but it's little by little, I suppose. Um,
Yeah.
but I had to watch on Crony's stream her pretty much telling her audience, "No, I do not want to fuck these guys. Please leave me alone."
That's really concerning when you actually have to tell your audience that.
Yeah.
People are so obsessed with like shipping people that the instant you interact with someone of the opposite sex online, or even not even that, the instant you interact with another person, you have to tell them, "No, I do not have romantic feelings with this person. Please stop shipping me with them. It's weird." Because it is weird.
I mean, personally, I think it's an all or nothing situation. You know what I mean? Because Crony, she had to do a whole speech, a whole song and dance telling her audience, "Look, I have a type. I have standards. There are people who don't like me because I'm not their type." She was saying, "Why would I?" By the way, this is not her. This is not her exact words.
Mhm.
Why would I fuck somebody from my workplace? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Why?
also particularly strange.
She's like, why would I do something like that?
Yeah.
And she pretty much said, "Don't ship people. That's weird."
Yeah.
And I was like, word. But then she
Yeah.
backtracked later on Twitter and was like, "Oh, by the way, I don't mean you can't ship people at all. I just meant, look, if I'm okay with the ship, then you can keep doing it. But like ships that I don't like, you shouldn't propagate it. You cunt, you cunt, you backtracker, you backpedaler." I was
um,
I want her to double down. Like no, like because that would crush everybody's heart. All those motherfuckers
yeah.
who ship Mumei and Crony, just destroy them, just absolutely annihilate them. But she knew where the money was at, so she backpedaled hard. She was like, "Oh
Yeah.
wait! I never said that. I just meant
I never
the
said that.
dudes." Damn.
That's messed up.
Whoa, a controversial statement. Well, based, but no, she backtracked really
Can't
fast.
have that.
So like I said, it's like I said before. If my girlfriend cheats on me with another girl, it's hot. If a girlfriend cheats on me with another guy, I'm a cuck. It's just that mentality.
That's how it is, apparently.
Oh, good God.
No, if I had to deal with that situation, I'd probably just say, "Don't ship me," because like if you could argue uh, that like they're not a real person because they are an anime character. However, I think they're closer to being a real person. Like the personality is closer to being the real person than it is to being some like make believe anime character. So it's still strange to me to ship them because that's like shipping a person in real life. Like that's just weird.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
do that. I already hate shipping in general, like with actual shows. It's so stupid and people get obsessed with it. But when it comes to weird people, it's just extremely weird. And people are just too obsessed with the relationships of people online. Like a good example is Sea Dog VA and Iron Mouse, which I'm not particularly fond of Iron Mouse, but I like their chemistry. They're very funny together. And I like Connor, or I haven't watched him in a while, but at the time I found him very entertaining. And like they have to like on multiple occasions tell people, no, we're just friends. Stop shipping us. It's weird, and people just keep doing it. It's like what? I don't get it. It's just so strange, so dumb. Like people just can't be friends on the internet. When you're on the internet that much, everyone just like assumes your relationships and your like opinions of other people will be determined by your audience essentially.
I mean, that's been the name of the game forever. I mean, that's what the press. I mean, the press has been doing that for years, where it's like you have somebody who's moderately famous or just in the spotlight. You know, back then celebrities used to have an air of mystery to them. You did not see them anywhere else other than on the red carpet. Like they were only seen when they wanted to be seen. You know what I mean? So it was
Hmm.
very important when the celebrity, like who they would go to the Oscars with, who would they go to the Grammys with, because it's like they're clearly trying to display something to you, you know.
Yeah.
So we're still kind of in that mentality because like in the internet age there is no more mystery. We actually have access to our favorite celebrities with just the touch of a button, but we
Hmm.
still have that mentality, like our head hasn't grown to that point yet where we can understand that it's like, okay, well now we're on a more personal level with these celebrities to the point that we can't assume the things like we used to. I mean, from what
Yeah.
I understand, from what 4chan tells me, Iron Mouse is a single mother. So like,
What fortune.
so like, I don't even think that's possible.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't think so.
She's a single mother with a kid, lives in her mother
Okay.
house.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Also, I feel like my mind's going numb. This entire time, I've still been watching Mumei stream, and like I just keep zoning out. Like even while I'm talking, I don't even know what I'm saying sometimes.
Jesus Christ.
What is this feeling?
Ah, jeez.
What VTubers do? Terrible, terrible thing.
Sana's gone.
What?
Sana.
Wait. Oh, Sana's gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is
At
the
least it was. At least it was just like a normal, like, all right, I'm leaving the company, sort of thing. Like I think that's the first one of those in Hololive. All the other ones have been controversial and weird. It's nice to see one that's like that.
Oh yeah. But you know, it was one of those things where it's like, hey, you know, the year came up where the contract gets renewed, and
Mm-hmm.
she just said, I'm not renewing it.
Not to.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, there's lots of reasons, and we know the reasons. It's like, you know, she's just had a really rough year personally. I mean, she streamed the least from everybody just due to the nature of her life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like ultimately, I guess, you know, it's just one of those things. Sometimes you try something, you see it doesn't work too well, and you quit. I mean, simple.
Yeah, makes sense.
And this is one of the least. It was the least controversial retirement, graduation, whatever you want to call it, from the
Yeah,
company. Um, I'm not gonna insult her or anything. I'm just saying, like, you know,
she's doing well.
she's gone. It was a very soft, very wholesome, very soft, very like tame graduation. People
Mm-hmm.
cried, yeah. People were very upset, but not in the
Yeah,
sense of like anger.
there's still someone leaving.
Yeah, but ultimately life went on, and the her graduation was so smooth that it left no residue.
Yeah,
Like nobody questioned, nobody started talking like, oh God, there's like a conspiracy and all. No, it was just simple.
no,
She's gone, and
it's just it's a nice change of pace.
and they moved on. And her legacy is honored because Hollow Live, Hollow Council, they they continue having her references. She's still in like the banner and stuff. Like she's not exiled. She's not erased. She's just
That's
not
good.
there anymore. Simple. There's a joke where it's like every time people try to get Mori Calliope fired, it like she deflects it and gets somebody else fired. You know,
Oh no.
because like every time these major things have happened where people try to actually genuinely get Mori Calliope to like quit.
Wait,
Like
what do you mean?
there was a whole thing like around the time when Coco graduated and she announced she was graduating, they were trying to take down Mori, but she deflected it, and it made Coco leave. And then there was the whole
No.
there's a whole Sea Dog Mori Calliope cucking the her fans,
I
and
got that thing.
then she deflected and Arusha's gone. And
Oh
then
no.
recently there was a whole thing where people were saying, "Oh my God, Mori Calliope's actual person, her actual persona, um,
Yeah.
is doing like a lot of tours, and she's like going around different countries performing, so she's neglecting her VTuber duties. You should fire her." Well, that shit deflected, and now Sana's gone. So,
Oh no.
so at least that's the conspiracy. It's not.
So they're
It's
just
just
gonna eliminate the rest of the company.
it's clearly not true. Like yeah,
Or he's
like
gonna do
yeah, the entire company will fall before Mori quits.
it.
Yeah,
She's in it for the long haul.
it seems she signed a meaty contract with Universal Music. You can't run now. They got
Yeah.
you for 6 albums, bitch.
Oh my god.
I don't know if that's true. Like, because generally speaking, most people try to hit for a 6 album record deal.
I don't know how records work or albums.
Essentially, when you get a record deal, is you pretty much sign away the rights to your songs to a large company who then provides the resources, and they also provide the means in which you can promote, produce, and essentially perform an album. So it's like, a normal person such as myself, I really don't have, at least back then, if it was like the early 2000s, I would not have the means in which really to produce my own music and sell it. So
Mhm.
I would like try my best to write my songs, perform, and get noticed by a record company for them to sit me down and say, "Oh, okay, look, here's the deal. We will, we have a 4 or 6 album contract where you have to produce 4 to 6 albums for me every 2 years. So it's like a 12-year thing. So it's like you produce six in every 2 years, like one, two, all that shit. So you produce maybe
Okay.
6 albums, but that company owns the rights to your music, so they own the rights to copy it, produce it, sell it, give the publishing rights to different other companies to use it in advertisements, that kind of shit. And
Mhm.
you as an artist, you couldn't really ask for more because you don't have the means in which to like fight for that. So you just
Yeah.
agree, and you pray for the best. You just hope that you'll make it. And some artists do, some artists don't. We are now at the point where you don't really need that anymore. I assure you, Mori Calliope's actual persona most likely owns the rights to most of her songs. I own the rights to my songs. Like I literally had to file paperwork with the U.S. government to own the rights to it.
Bro.
It's not that hard actually. So it's like you don't need a record label anymore. You can own the rights to your own songs. You can produce it yourself. It's quite possible. So it is a little evil to think about signing for a record label. Like, oh, personally, at least at this point, I don't really see the need. But for Mori Calliope, it's like 6 albums in 12 years is not easy. Now, I'm not saying that's her deal. Maybe it's just like 2 albums. But even so, that might be 4 years, unless she can poop them out in like 2 weeks. I mean, if she can, cool. But like, it's a commitment. To sign with a
Mhm.
record label is a commitment. Okay, so many people were joking because she was saying, "Guys, I'm with. Look, I'm still gonna be me. I'm still gonna be Mori Calliope. I'm just with a record label now, but I'm still gonna give you all the same music, the same stuff." And people were like, "I give her 6 months. I give her 6 months before she croaks,
Uh-huh.
because that's how it is. That's how a record label is. You know." I don't know. Mori Calliope is probably resilient, but I don't think she could make it. I just genuinely don't. What the fuck is she gonna do in 6 albums? What the fuck could she possibly say in 6 albums?
They'll get it out of her though.
Oh no! On Jesus, they're gonna get it. It's a contract. It's a legal contract. If you fuck this up, you get taken to court, bitch.
Oh no.
Yeah. So it's a commitment. It's a thing.
Are they gonna take a VTuber to court? That'd be something.
Oh, jeez, I can't wait.
Universe. What's the
It's Universal Music Group. She had to go and sign with Universal Music Group, one of the biggest record, actually probably the biggest record
Universal
company.
Music Group versus Mori Calliope? Wouldn't that be something?
Oh yeah, and
I wonder how the
court.
legal system would deal with that.
Yeah, you know who the court's siding with. They're gonna side with whoever lobbies the hardest, and I assure you, Maury is not gonna lobby that hard.
I don't think her fans can deal with that.
She needs Saul Goodman if she wants to win. But that's the horror of a record company. So good morning. You do you. So
Yeah,
V Shoujo, they actually they had like a whole expo thing. I don't know. I don't care about the details. I don't care. Point is, they revealed that they are having two new personalities, which I don't remember the second one, but I know this one because everybody knows this one. Essentially, they have now signed on and hired Kason to be with V Shoujo.
yeah. The other one was dang. The name was on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah,
I know who it is though.
completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
So, she is nothing. But hey, Kason, hey, that's the one.
That was a while back, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, this us. I mean, uh,
Oh well,
Roswell,
we also
Roswell,
haven't recorded this in a long time.
Roswell. We're behind the times.
We gotta catch up. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're going through the motions.
Okay.
We've been jumping around actually, but anyway, yeah. So they got Kason on for some fucking reason. Actually, no, I know the reason because it makes money.
Yes.
Um,
She's fairly popular. She's been doing good.
I know, which is why it's like, why are you joining a company you were fine?
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless they offered you a lot of fucking money,
Money.
which is fine. I'm all about business.
It's a job.
The invisible hand, the economy, it'll regulate itself. I'm perfectly cool with it. Jeez, I learned so much in my economics class. Anyway, um, you know, I'm pretty sure when Adam Smith wrote the book Wealth of Nations, which became the precursor and like essentially the magnum opus that defined modern economics, I'm pretty sure he was thinking more of like, tobacco and tea, not international electronic woman.
How could he possibly have known?
Holy God.
But
Anyway.
yeah, I'm sure the people who like the forerunners of the Industrial Revolution, the creators of the first computer, they had no idea. They had no idea what they were gonna, what they wrought upon the world.
Oh boy.
They didn't know that virtual YouTubers would be a thing.
But I'm gonna say something controversial. I didn't watch K-Song. I didn't watch Coco. I didn't watch any of that. I lived. Okay, I was alright. So I don't know what emotions one should feel about it, but I'm just gonna say, hey, good for her.
I watched a bit of Coco. I've never really watched K-Son. I don't watch a lot of. Well, I can only say so much because I haven't watched VTubers in like several months.
I mean, it's just.
But the only independent that I think I've consistently watched at any point was Ushio Ebi, and
What
that
the
was
fuck
primarily because she played Warframe. And I had never seen a VTuber play Warframe. She also has a Miku cover, or not a cover, a Miku original song, and it's actually pretty good.
Huh.
It was not written by her, but it was
Oh.
tuned by her, and that's good enough.
No, it's not.
It was tuned by her.
It's
That's the
like it's like saying, "Oh, I build cars, except I don't. I just put the paint on it."
she essentially played one of the instruments.
Oh, fantastic. She's like Stevie Wonder.
I'm figuring out. I'll eventually figure out how to tune. So I think I mentioned it before that I have a new Tao, and I really like stuff about that. I haven't really been looking into it much recently, but I do have it. And if I actually start doing covers, which I have a Bad Apple cover, like what was that noise?
Me.
Oh, I have like a half done Bad Apple cover, and eventually, if I have money, I could actually purchase Miku that could unironically do Miku covers, and that would be pretty cool. So I could not only be like, like I said, one of the reasons I watched Ebby was because she had a Miku cover, which I'm kind of shoehorning this in, but like that was kind of my idea of one of the things that I could do because like you said, you have to have something special going on.
Oh yeah.
Like you can't just be slightly entertaining. Like I haven't seen any VTubers who are consistently like using Vocaloid. I'm sure some of them do, but I haven't seen any big ones throw out any like good covers or anything. I think Ibby's the only one that I've seen actually use Vocaloid, but I think it's pretty cool. So if I can be the Miku one day, one day maybe. I definitely haven't seen anyone with their own Tao. I need to work on that, make it sound better. Update: Mumei is playing Hollow Cure right now. She
Fantastic.
changed from the cleaning game.
You know, so regardless of what VShojo does with their business practices, as whatever, however controversial that may be, if it's even controversial, I wish them well.
Yeah,
I don't wish them death.
they're having a good time.
I don't. I truly, to be honest, I truly don't think they're gonna be like relevant. Like you can argue with me all you want about like, oh no, V Shoujo's actually V Shoujo statistically is better than Hollow. I don't know why the hell I'm Irish. Point is, no, yes, you can say all you want, but they're not better. They're really because they're both equally horrible, but like they're not better. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Honestly, I like good, clean, wholesome fun. Okay,
yeah,
and Hololive provides me that. They
it
provide
does.
me that.
Vishojo's just not.
Vishojo's just woman,
Yeah,
like literally just woman.
arguably, Hololive is as well. But
It's not the same though.
it's different.
At least they try to provide the illusion that they're clean, but we know they're not. But isn't that all? Isn't that what all this is? It's all just faces and masks and all this,
Yeah,
just a big stage show for us to consume and revel in. Isn't this great? Don't you feel happy to be alive at this time?
I'm overjoyed.
I'm ecstatic.
Like that stupid quote that people like to repeat: "Too, what is it? Too old or born too late to explore the world, and too soon to explore space." We were born. I hate that quote, but we were born just in time to watch virtual YouTubers online.
And since we are both back in university on campus and have nothing to do because our social lives
That's
are
right.
non-existent,
Yeah, that too.
we'll be back and better than
Well, we'll
ever.
be back, baby. Don't
I'll
even
be
know.
back. Woo! Bye.
Bye.